Hi humans and welcome back to the Unleash and Unveil community. Today I am breaking down my 100K month last month and the 5 things that I learned from launching. There's absolutely so much to cover. Let's dive right in. Well, there were many contributing factors to the actually 104K in sales that our business brought in. One of the things that hands down gave me the biggest leverage was actually planning. I knew what I was actually doing in the month of September, the month leading up to it, and the month after it. I know that there's so many entrepreneurs that just think about what they're going to do this month. And honestly, that was me for so long. I would say for the first year of my business was very intuitive and I liked it like that. It was great. When I had inspiration, I created. But can I just tell you something? After 4 years of being in business, I can tell you that that is just hope marketing. You cannot run a successful, profitable business based on your damn emotions and whether or not you feel good or not feel good. Like, life is gonna happen. And if your business is contingent on how you feel, humans, we are in trouble. So one of the things that I actually learned that really helped me this time around in my launch was taking an Excel sheet. Literally, I know this sounds so silly. You can do this on a whiteboard. You can do this on a piece of paper. In fact, actually, I'm gonna link an actual free template below that you can have to actually plan out your next launch. And I wrote down all of the dates. I wrote down all of the topics that I was going to talk about day by day. I didn't do it all at the same time, just every single day, just knew, okay, I'm gonna post client testimonials. I'm gonna talk about the transformation. I'm gonna tell people a little bit about my story. I'm gonna reintroduce myself. I use buyer psychology, which is something that I talk about. I have another video on that. Go back to the 10 things that you should be posting while you're launching. That will help you. And I make sure that I aid the content that's very specific for my ideal client. But most importantly, I bookmarked that thing and I used it as a Bible. Every single day, I would wake up and I'm like, what am I supposed to do again? It's like, I don't know. When you're launching, it's like you forget everything because so many things are happening and there's so much excitement and so many emotions. So I was able to bookmark this Excel sheet and every single day, I knew where I was in my business. I have an operational manager, so she helped me also stay on track, let me know when the emails were going out, and between just having that clarity over what's happening, when I'm announcing it, when I'm actually closing the day, that absolutely was such a game changer. And honestly, it was a game changer for my nervous system. I felt really confident. I felt like every single day I knew what the hell was happening. The next thing that also helped me was only creating content that was speaking to my ideal client. I don't know why, but once upon a time, I used to post all different types of content and I still do, but I always tie it back into my launch. And so there is never, ever an occasion where I post something and it doesn't have a CTA about working with me or sharing my offers or back to a client experience. Like, I have a business account. I am a business and I treat my business as such because I know if I treat my business like a hobby, I'm going to make hobby money. And if I treat my business like a business, it actually creates this beautiful energy and currency and honestly community and impact, which is really important to me. And so creating content that only speaks to your ideal client is so important. I used to, back in the day, would post the announcement and then I would post me going to the gym and other things. And while that's fine, that can live on your stories on social media, that can live on another place, your actual feed should really be consistent. And I know. I'm not telling you to niche down. I'm not trying to put you in a box, human, but for your business, you really want to get focused because at the end of the day, your ideal clients have a problem. And if they don't know that you have a solution, they're not going to get in. And so this time around, what really helped me in my launch was getting super clear on each piece of content needing to be speaking to my offer, to the problems that my ideal clients were having, to some of the fears that were coming up for them. All of those things really helped me. And if you want to take this a step further, what really actually helped me was resolving different problems. You see, most people that I talk to, they always say, I want a different ideal client. I want somebody who's ready. But if you're solving simple problems, like, for example, I don't believe in myself, those are very much level 1 problems, which are great. I used to solve those problems all the time too. And I don't have time, I don't have money, those things, I don't resolve them anymore because I don't actually attract people who are in that vibration anymore. I attract people who have business problems. I resolve high level level problems. And so my pricing and my mentorship reflects that. And so if you're having a problem with feeling like you're outgrowing your ideal client, try resolving different problems. And really, humans, make sure that you're always selling in your stories, that you're sharing your offerings. You gotta get over this like, oh my God, it's weird. No, it's not weird. Weird is me not being in my dharma, not sharing my purpose and doing what the hell I know I'm supposed to be doing. When I'm not doing that, that shit is weird to me. The third thing that I learned was that your launch can change. And most oftentimes it actually does change. I actually have never in 4 years have had the same launch process. And I've tried to actually replicate the launch process, and I get to a certain result and then I realize like, okay, this is working, this is not working. And I constantly pivot, which I think I already told you this, right? You need to learn how to be a pivot king and queen to your business. Like that is the next level. If you want leverage over your business, learn to trust yourself, connect to your intuition, and don't make things mean anything. Don't make it mean like, oh, I suck, somebody doesn't want to work with me, they said no. Stop assigning things meaning. You just got to come back to yourself and come back to, but what do I get to do? What feels honoring to me? And do that. You need to make sure that as you are in your launch, that when you start to see that you're not getting the result that you desire, that you're looking at and analyzing, okay, what's working, what's not working. Do more of what's working, do less of what's not working. So your launch can change, but what should not change is the avenue on how you are getting specific ideal clients onto your page, onto your website, onto your Pinterest, onto your TikTok, social media, whatever it is. You need to have a plan and you need to have a lead magnet. You need to warm people up. The reason why is because if you speak to everybody on your social media, everybody's going to be confused. They're going to be like, I don't know if I want this. I'm going to unfollow. You need to speak to a specific person. So this is why creating a webinar is really amazing. Creating a free challenge is really amazing. Creating a close circle friend. That's one thing that I leverage. I had never used close friends. And for my last Cosmic Genius launch, I said to my team, you know what? We're going to do a webinar and we're going to actually leverage close friends. We're going to actually get on close friends. I'm going to tell people if they want to know specifically about my program, and also if they want to know more things about aligning your business to abundance, to just meet me on my private channel, and I'm just going to share everything with them. And that took off, and that also converted. And so again, while your launch can change, the way you're funneling people into your business should always be there. You should never really launch and just throw spaghetti out the wall. You want to launch and you want to have a plan, hence why number one is super important. You got to get organized and you got to figure out, okay, what am I doing to attract people and qualify people into this launch? You don't just want anybody. You don't just want everybody. No, you want qualified leads. You want people who actually have a problem that you can help, because that's going to feel good for them and it's going to feel good for you. And I'd love to keep things simple, especially as a spiritual entrepreneur. It's a lot already to ask us to be out of our practice and to be on the internet and sharing our gifts in this way. Like, this is not actually what feels the most natural for us. What feels the most natural for us is to actually be in front of people and to really be feeling into people's energy and to be space holders and be in community and be around a lot of people, not just speaking to a camera like, I love y'all humans, but like, this took me a minute, okay? It took me a minute to get comfortable. And so just like really understanding what you need in this season. So for me, I said, you know what, going live every day is going to be amazing. Which, by the way, I don't even know. Have I shared my name? Have I introduced myself? My name is Melissa Rose. I'm a spiritual business mentor, and I mainly help spiritual, mystical, offbeat entrepreneurs start and scale their business. So whether they're taking their idea, there are many ideas, because I know you humans are multidimensional. You can do all the damn things. Take all of their gifts and channel it into a beautiful high-ticket program, or maybe you've already done that, but you're looking for ways to really raise your prices or expand your empire or pivot or bring other products into the market. Those are the main things that I do inside of my program. So the next thing that I learned for my last launch was I needed to shorten the time I was actually promoting my offer. I realized that I was taking a long time in between launches. At first, it used to work for me just fine. I'm like, this is great. I launched the one thing and then I serve the people. And then after that, I take a long 3 months. I do another long launch. But then I started to realize that my income was starting to go like up and down. And I was just like, what is this? I don't really like this. Like, how do I keep this thing consistent? And I started to realize that one, I need to shorten my launches launches. And two, I need to really start to continue to bring in monthly recurring revenue. And so that's actually what helped me get into the 104K in sales, is understanding that one, I had a plan, I had 3 offers, and as I was talking to people, instead of feeling like, oh, I need to wait 3 weeks to launch the mastermind or my 3-month program, I just put people wherever I saw that they fit. I actually launched everything all at the same time. And so we brought in a one-on-one client, which, by the way, high retention rate. When you know and you serve your clients at the highest level, they're going to stay with you for a really long time. And this client actually has been with us for 3 years. So we're super excited to see actually her launch her own mastermind, and we're supporting her while we brought in new enrollments for Cosmic Genius. That is actually how we were able to get to that number. But you have to keep your launches shorter. Instead of staying in a launch for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and maybe even ask yourself, why are you doing that? Are you giving yourself more time because you feel like you're afraid or you're not going to get the right people in? Actually, what I found is that people who are ready, like, they're literally ready to make a decision now. And the longer I kept my containers open, the more I actually opened myself up to people who weren't sure. They were like, oh, maybe. And I just didn't want that. I wasn't holding that frequency for my business anymore. And so as I continued to shorten my launches, I actually realized that it was the highest for my Unleash and Unveil Your Soul business, which was the last round before the one that I'm starting right now. Almost everybody paid in full. It was so insane. I think we only had like 3 payment plans out of 17 enrollments. It was just the highest that we have ever seen. And it was because we were attracting people who were ready now. We were giving them a start date. We were giving them an end date. We were letting them know, here's the time frame of when you need to make your decision. And people were making them, rather than just giving people all this time. When you give people all this time, it just leads to overwhelm. It leads to overthinking. It leads to them doubting themselves, and nothing actually really happens. So please, humans, make your launches shorter. Right now, my launches are about 4 to 6 weeks. That's what feels good for me. And that also includes me warming up my audience, making sure that they're excited and that they're ready for something to drop. So the next 2 things I want to share with you are super important. So please pay attention. 1, only do what works for your brand. Especially if you work with mentors, or if you have friends, or you're following accounts, you're like, oh my God, their thing is going viral. They did this way and they got that result. Just remember that every account is different. And so just because something worked for somebody else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. Make sure you stick to your lane. And so that's something that I really, really refined in my last launch. It was just understanding, like, this is what I do. And I'm just going to do what I do really freaking good. Yes, I love to see when people have their beautiful, like, 1-second reels that go viral, but like, I don't do that type of content. And actually, I'm starting to implement some of that type of content, and it's just for funsies. But the stuff that actually converts is me teaching and me positioning myself as a thought leader and go-to brand for spiritual, mystical entrepreneurs to build their motherfucking empires. And so I'm just gonna do what I do because I know how to do it. And so stick to your lane, and stick to your lane when it comes to creating the content or even your offers. Like, everybody has their unique voice. You don't have to do it like anybody else. The last thing that truly was a game changer that I learned from my last launch was I leveraged automations, specifically ManyChats. And so I leveraged this in many different ways. Right now I'm going live every single day, and I actually have 2 keywords. One is Unleash, the other one is Mastermind. If you type the word Unleash, you get more information about my Unleash and Unveil Your Soul business program, which actually starts 10/23. I'm gonna put the link below. And with this automation, they get the sales page right to their email. It's so freaking easy while we're on live. I'm amazed. And then the same thing with the mastermind. I'm launching my mastermind. That's only an invite only. And so while I'm on live, if there's people that I feel ideal client, I let them know, hey, comment on the live mastermind. And this thing sends out a message too. And it sends my sales page and just like literally bumps up my DMs. And now I have this open conversation where I can connect back with folks. Human beings, I'm in such an exciting new era of my business where things get to be easy. We are putting out the most free content ever. So if you like this video and you think that this is valuable, if you have been binging my stuff, can you please give this thing a like? Put your notifications on. Every single Monday at 12 noon EST, I am dropping a new video, and this is specifically just for you humans so that you can start off your beautiful soul business. But for those that are ready for accountability, for those that are like, I want to skyrocket, I need your energy, Melissa, I want to work with you, I'm going to link the Unleash and Unveil Your Soul business page, and I want you to tune into this page. I want you to imagine your life 3 years from now. I want you to imagine you being at a place where you literally can do anything and everything you desire because you have built a sustainable business where you get to make money anywhere in the damn country. That is what my business has helped me create, and the most important thing that it has helped me create is impact. I am obsessed with the people that I work with. Every single day, I get to see beautiful people pick themselves, do the work that they need to unwire belief systems that are in the way, and create these beautiful businesses that truly support them. If that's you, check out Unleash and Unveil Your Soul Business. This is the 11th round. When I tell you I have perfected this offer, It's 12 weeks long. You get to be mentored by me every single week. There's workbooks, there's community, and most importantly, there's your work that you get to put together and put out in the world. Humans, I love y'all. Go with peace, go with God. See you soon.